H for your clock drawings. On my screen right now is an example of what it is that you're going to draw and complete. This is your back part of your clock assembly. And if we look at this part here and I go to my tape measure, our back length is 11 inches, 6 5/16, and it is only, if I can zoom in really close, it's only, should be 1/4 of an inch thick. If I go from that outside to that outside, 1/4 of an inch, all right? Has 2 embellishments, rabbets on both ends. They're 3/8 in and 1/8 deep. And then it has a 1/2 inch radius circle that goes all the way through the back. And that location is centered left to right and centered 2 inches off the bottom. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and walk you through drawing this part here in this video. I'm going to start with my rectangle tool. I'm going to click this baby out, get it going in dimensions I want. And I'm going to type in my dimensions. Okay. I want it to be 1/4 of an inch thick, so 0.25 inches, comma, and I want it to be 6 5/16 in length, okay, or wide in this case. So I'm going to go ahead and just punch that in. 6 space 5/16 inches, and there it is. I now have a top view profile of my back. I'm going to go to my Command P on my desktop. That's the push-pull tool. I'm going to click, get it started in the direction I want. It needs to be a total length of 11 inches. Punch that in, enter. And I now have my overall part, rectangle, 5 16 inches wide, 1/4 inch thick, 11 inches long. Make this a component. Selection tool. I double click this, right click, make component. I'm just going to name this right here clock back. Looks like I already made that. I'll go clock back part H because that is the part letter from your materials list. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to go right to my embellishments. Pretty easy. I got 2 rabbits. They're both the same. Just on opposite ends. So I'm going to start right up top here. I'm going to start with some layout lines. I hit T for my tape measure. They're going to come in off this face 1/8 of an inch, half the thickness of my part. So I want to zoom in here and I'm going to get it going the direction I want. There it is. It popped up right at 1/8 of an inch. I dropped that layout line. Coming down 3/8 of an inch. Punch that in, and I have that's location. While I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and I am going to right-click. I'm going to edit this component, L for line tool. P for push-pull. Get that cursor all the way over on my far edge, and I've just knocked that out. There's my rabbit. Hand tool. I'm going to scroll down. I already have my depth set. I just need to go to my tape measure and come up. I don't want to be in my center point. I got to get off of my center point. All right, because I want that line going horizontally across that edge like it is. 3/8 of an inch is the location. Immediately, I'm going to go right to my line tool. L, I'm still in my edit component mode. And I can tell by the outlines that are around my part. Click that, go right to push-pull, take it to the far edge. I've now knocked that out. So my rabbits are taken care of. I got one more embellishment, and that is the 1-inch hole that I need to punch through my back part assembly here, okay? Referring to your drawings, I need to come up. And I'm working off the flat side. Okay, I'm not working off my rabbit side. I'm working off my flat side. It's going to be easier to do it this way. So from my bottom edge, I'm coming up 2 inches, and I want to come over center. Right? So I'm going to pull this way. Notice there it gives me my center point. Control my view a little bit better. I want it to come completely across. Right there. Okay, so now I got that location marked. This is going to be the center of that 1-inch hole that I want to make. Okay, I'm going to select my part. I'm going to right click, edit component. I'm going to go to my radius tool, my circle tool. Okay, we have yet to use this, so something a little new here for this drawing. I go right on my center, and it is a 1/2 inch radius for a 1-inch diameter. Okay, so I'm going to go 0.5 inches, enter, and there it is. Okay, that's exactly what I want. Now all I got to do is I just got to push that out. So I go right to my push-pull tool. I'm going to zoom in and kind of turn this a little bit. These could be tricky sometimes. Notice what I did is I took it so the command was on face as I extruded that out. And there we go. Pretty easy. Part is now drawn. I got my 2 rabbets. My rabbets again, 3/8 in from your edge, 1/8 inch deep on both ends with a 1-inch hole, centered 2 inches up and centered left to right on your width. Something just like that. Make sure you dimension your part. I would need to know length, width, and thickness. I would need to know location of my rabbets, and I would need to know locations and information on my radius. So please include all of them in your PDF upload into Canvas to receive maximum points. And stay tuned for your next drawing.